look at all the details emerging, I want to first come to you, Major General Ashwini Sivaj. Looking at the retaliation, counter-retaliation coming in, there is no hope of this war ending anytime soon, sir. After having spoken to a lot of experts, we are given to understand that this could be a final escalation, perhaps before one of the parties involved in the war decides to cower under pressure. This is a tactic being used both by Iranian side as well as the US side, trying to prove leverage, trying to show that we have the power and the cards are still stacked with us. Nobody is winning the war, as a matter of fact, and it's not ending because it's a show of power right now. It's a status quo.
Absolutely. Sweta, what's happening is, as far as US is concerned, they have given a deadline that by Tuesday, 8 o'clock night, if Iran does not open the Strait of Hormuz, then they will strike, and they will strike with a lot of force. And what they will do is that they are basically going to hit the nuclear power plant of Iran as well as the bridges. And at the same time, Iran has a leverage. It is not going to open Strait of Hormuz so easily. And they will respond back, they will hit back all the energy sector of Middle East countries. And they have already started, they have hit the petrochemical plant in Saudi Arabia, because earlier their power plant and their, in fact, petrochemical plant was hit by Israel as far as 2 days is concerned. So therefore, it will be tit for tat if in case the US think that it will cow down or it will pressurize Iran, may not happen. Of course, the US is trying to put that pressure tactic so far. It is putting tremendous practice so that the Iran back down and Iran open a Strait of Hormuz and some sort of negotiation take place. Because remember, back channel diplomacy are at the at the fast pace which is going on. Still, people are thinking that they may reach to some negotiation, or the Donald Trump may give another 2 days or 3 days for the sort of agreement to reach, because in case if the US starts striking the Iran and it starts striking the power plant where the human shield is already been made by number of students, then as far as Iran is concerned, it will also strike all the energy sector, especially desalination plant of all these Middle East countries. So remember that what will happen, the whole area will be burning. And this will be a huge loss to the economy. The world economy is already struggling. Strait of Hormuz is closed where 20% oil goes. Bab al-Mandab, which is also there in Red Sea, has been also closed by Houthi rebel. At top of that, the Iran has another one now, that basically the fiber optical, looking after almost 40 to 45% of the world also goes from Strait of Hormuz. That is an easy target. They are going to cut that off also. Remember that 45% of the world will be without internet. So considering that, there is a leverage as far as Iran is concerned, and therefore Iran is unlikely to back down. And US must realize it, that if it strikes on Iran, Iran will strike back on basically Middle East countries. So it will be tit for tat, and the loss will be of the humanity. So I suppose the US is now putting tremendous pressure. It is already attacked Kharg Island, certain bridges and all. It is trying to send a message to Iran that they must submit. And there is a back channel diplomacy going. I hope good sense will prevail. But in case the America attacks at tomorrow morning Indian time at 6 o'clock, then hell will break loose on the either side.
All right, hell will break loose. That's what Donald Trump is saying at the moment. He's also threatening to wipe out the entire civilization. We don't know what to read of that statement. Ambassador Jayan Das Gupta, we don't know what to make of that statement. He's saying, I'm going to annihilate the entire civilization. But I think it would be prudent to come to a conclusion at this stage is that neither side is ready to budge. Both sides believe that they have leverage. On one hand, Iran knows that it has control of Strait of Hormuz. On the other side, America keeps saying that it has completely decimated IRGC, Iranian Navy, Iranian Air Force. Everything has been completely decimated. And, notwithstanding the facts that the attacks continue. As neither party budges, sir, the world is descending into chaos. We are looking at gas fields being attacked. We are looking at petrochemical factories being attacked. We have, as of this afternoon, seen Kharg Island being attacked, which essentially means that Iran's oil supply, factories are also coming under attack. What does this mean for the world? What does it mean for India particularly?
I think the first point is that the Strait of Hormuz is extremely important for India because, as the general mentioned, 20% of the oil of the world passes through the Strait of Hormuz. From what we have seen in the past few days, Iran is unlikely to give in and succumb to the US demand for opening up the Strait of Hormuz. So I think in the near term, for the next few weeks, Strait of Hormuz is not going to be opened up. The second point is about Kharg Island. The coastline around Iran is very shallow, so large tankers of oil cannot come and dock there. So that is why Kharg Island is important. It is about 20 kilometers off the coastline, and it has about 90% of the Iranian oil which it exports is stored in underground tanks, etc.